Yo, what's good, guys? It is Thursday, October 26th, 6:30 in the morning, and this is the 5th episode of the bulking series. Welcome back. If you have been tuning in for the last episodes, thank you for coming back. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I just got off of an 8-hour graveyard shift at work. Just got home, getting a little bit of fresh air before I head inside and cook meal one for the day. We're having a breakfast sandwich with, like, I don't know, 6-7 eggs, a little bit of bacon on a protein bagel. Definitely a staple during my bulking seasons. So I'll show you guys this staple breakfast, because honestly, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. We all know that, and I know too many of you people are skipping breakfast out there. And if you ain't starting your day off right, chances are the rest of your day is not going to go as planned. But yeah, so we're going to go over what I'm going to eat this morning, and then while I'm doing that and cooking that up, I'm going to go over some of my supplementation and some of the stuff I'm doing for my current cycle, some of the stuff I'm doing to stay healthy, and just to go over some of that with you guys, go over some health protocols, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get inside and get cooking. Let's go. All right, got this camera set up. Let me snag these eggs out of the fridge real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do a breakfast sandwich today on Dave's Killer Bagels. These are great macros right here. Something you can literally eat basically all the time if you're hungry. And then we're gonna do some eggs. I got some natural eggs for sure. I like the happy eggs, the ones that are like amber orange. Those ones are absolutely fire, and they even taste better. But sometimes I just don't feel like paying like $10 for a dozen. I mean, you know, I wish I could pay $10 for a dozen all the time, but you guys aren't using my Prozis code enough, and honestly, it's just whatever. So when the time comes, I could pay $10 for eggs all the time. I'll be extremely grateful. But for now, we're going with the simple truth. I think this was like $3.49 for 16 eggs. So, you know, pretty good. So we're gonna do some of these eggs, and then unfortunately, I have to use some regular eggs. But that's gonna be all right. So let's get these eggs cooking. Our eggs mixed up real quick. Actually, I'm not even gonna mix them up. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fry them, so I can just chill, talk to you guys while I'm cooking these eggs up. But some of the things I want to go over as I'm getting this first meal started right now, get this pan heated up a little bit, is like off-season cycles and stuff like that. So currently I'm sitting, let's go just a quick recap the past 2-3 months. So about 2.5 months ago, I was 215 pounds, completely shredded to the nuts, about to compete. Had to drop out of the show due to a hernia, which I will get surgery on eventually. Hopefully I won't have to, but I do think I'm gonna have to get surgery on that. So that's 2.5 months ago. I was 215 pounds. Today, I'm 258 pounds. And honestly, I'm still freaking lean. I'm still holding some lines. Like, I'm definitely like, I ain't getting fat yet. You know what I mean? Like, I still got my abs. I still got my obliques. Like, I'm definitely getting thick. I don't look like anything I do when I was 215 pounds, but the bulk is underway. And honestly, all the food I'm eating is hitting hard. It's going good. So, you know, when you're in prep, and I hope you guys know, when you see people shredded to the gills, you know, they're on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, some of them 15 different compounds when you get to that level. And there has been times in my life where I've been on, you know, 10 compounds trying to get shredded to the bone. And granted, like, got me shredded, but there's also times like this last prep where I did it correctly and I followed a more structured plan. I didn't just sort of do the whole kitchen sink type of shit and run everything in the book. So I was running only 5, 6 compounds, and my diet was on point, and I brought a way better look than I did when I was running 10, 15 different compounds. So it just goes to show you that diet, proper training, goes way farther than pushing the drugs and pushing the pin, literally, you know what I mean? So just remember that it's not the drugs. Like, yeah, to get the size I am, to get to the size of these influencers and these bodybuilders that you guys look at, like, you have to do some type of drugs, you have to do some type of anabolics, but running everything at extremely high dose versus doing 3 or 4, compounds that are going to work at a minimal dosage and keeping your training and your diet at 100%, you're going to bring a way better look and you're not going to fuck your body up. So remember that as you decide to run stupid amounts of tren, which I do not recommend, even though, you might be able to look crazy. It's not worth it, because you're gonna look the same running 750 tren versus running 350 tren. So just that. Let's get these eggs on the grill, on the pan. 1, 2, 3. 3 normal. I got 3 of the all natural eggs. We're gonna do 1. Actually, let's do 2 of the regular painted white eggs. I heard a rumor they were painted. I don't know if that's true, but yeah. But yeah, to continue talking about the cycle and everything like that. So for my off season, I'm doing test and equipoise, also anadrol. Anadrol I can only do for like 4 to 5 weeks. After I run anadrol for 4 to 5 weeks, my diet goes from up here to literally down here, and I don't want to eat a single thing. I could go all day without eating and be completely fine. My appetite gets completely and utterly destroyed from anadrol. A little bit of truff salt will make everything a little bit more bougie, you know what I mean? But yeah, so equipoise, anadrol, and test. Test I'm running at 525, equipoise I'm running at 500, and anadrol I'm running at 40 milligrams to start. I've ran anadrol as high as 100 milligrams. I don't think I'm gonna go that high this time. I might go to 80, pop 2 of those a day. But for now, we're sticking with 40, just because I know how detrimental taking anadrol is to, let me shut the fridge real quick. The tripod's in the way. But I know how detrimental running anadrol can be to someone's appetite and stuff like that. Granted, anadrol is my #1 favorite bulking drug. If I have a name for anadrol, I would probably say like the Michelin Man drug. You guys know the Michelin Man, the tire dude, the big white dude, the big white fluffy dude. Like, look, that's me. That's what anadrol does. It bulks the hell out of you. And there's nothing in the world that makes you stronger than anadrol. Maybe some people say like D-ball, shit like that. But for me, and honestly, I think for most, shut up, cat. I think for most research that I've done, and bodybuilders that I've listened to and looked up to, and ones that I respect and have reputable information, they all say anadrol is the shit. Like Ronnie Coleman back in the day, 100%. You can find videos of him talking about anadrol. But that's the one drug, that is the powerlifting drug. Like Larry Wheels, 100%. You go find him talking about anadrol in his days where he was running like a shit ton of drugs and doing a shit ton of powerlifting and like deadlifting 1,500 pounds. Not 1,500, but pretty much. Larry Wheels is absolutely insane, and I promise anadrol was one of the main reasons he got to that strength. So yeah, I'm keeping it low. I'm doing anadrol, equipoise, which equipoise is very low in side effects, and honestly, it's just like, it's a good bulking drug. I feel like it's low on side effects, doesn't have a lot of hair loss, doesn't have a lot of like sleep apnea, like not a lot of bad side effects from it. And it's just a really hard bulker, hard lean mass. So I love doing EQ in my off seasons. And honestly, like if I had to choose one off season stack, I love anadrol, but that's not sustainable all the time. If there's something I was running all the time, it'd be test, equipoise, and primobolan. NPP, I'm sorry, NPP is DECA, my bad. I should know that, but yeah, test, equipoise, and NPP, probably the most safest, like mainstream bulking cycle that you can get. I would probably say it's something that I prefer. But right now I'm trying to put on some quick size, get my strength back up. So I'm doing a little bit of that anadrol. So definitely feeling thick. I feel like my right bicep is a lot smaller than my left. It's like almost Chris Bumstead level. Makes no sense, you know, because like I'm right hand dominant. But honestly, I feel like the whole left side of my body, like even my left quad, my left shoulder, my left pec, everything. Maybe it's because I'm always flexing in the left side of the mirror, and I think that's part of it. Because like when I take a douchebag picture, if you guys follow me on Instagram at _MattL, you'll see me post these Instagram stories, and it's always on this side of my body. I'm always flexing this leg. I'm always flexing this arm. When I do a side chest, it's this side. So I don't know if that has to do a reason with it, but it could be. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing from off-season cycle right now. When I was in prep, obviously, you know, doing Anavar, Winstrol, clenbuterol, test prop, masteron, equipoise, tren, cut stack, you know, you name it. I could probably go into my room, into my chest, and a couple more things I was running other than that. But, you know, I'm not doing that for the whole 18-week, 24-week prep. I did 24 weeks. It gradually gets to the point where you're 8 weeks out, and then you start adding those partial orals in and stuff like that, like halotestins, you know, running your orals high, because you can only do that for a certain amount of time, because it is detrimental to your body, your liver, your kidneys. Like, so that's why when people do bodybuilding preps and shows, like, they don't keep that look forever, because you're not running all those drugs forever. You're only running those drugs for 8 to 10 week period of harsh drugs, and then you need to come off of it and do a health phase. So what I'm saying is, I did my prep, I was running all these drugs, trying to get shredded as nuts, get my pro card. I didn't compete, I did a health phase, and for me, when I do a health phase, I'll never completely come off of testosterone. For someone of my stature, someone who's been training for 12 years now, been on gear for like 8, probably like 7 to 8 years, there's no reason for me to ever completely come off test. I'll do my post-cycle therapy, my ECG, my Clovin, or my Nolvadex, etc. But for me to completely come off test and just force myself to crash is not worth it. And it's just detrimental to your health and your energy, your libido, everything. So for me, when I'm running those high test levels, I come off, I do my post-cycle, I'm at least gonna stay at 125 milligrams. So I'm all the way up here, I don't crash, and I at least, you know, sort of cruise down and then sort of try to mainstream out and not completely crash. Because for up here, you know, end of your cycle, you come off of your test and you do nothing, you're gonna crash and burn. You're gonna have zero sex drive, you're gonna be depressed, you're gonna not think you're a man anymore, you're gonna be crying all the time. Trust me, I've experienced it, it's not fun, it's not the way to do it. What are these eggs? Good, yes. But that's not the way to do it. I've done it wrong, I've done it right, and that's why I'm here to tell you guys the right and wrong way to do them. I know people like Samsulek don't be talking about the drugs they be doing, they just show you the horrible foods to eat so you can fuck your heart up. Because that's what good fitness influencers do, show you the worst way to bulk, and then tell you to take just one multivitamin, that's all you need. Psych, that's not the way we're doing things, boys. I'm trying to help you, take care of you. I'm trying to longevity, you know what I mean? It's a process. Bodybuilding is a lifelong process. And Sam's truly going to die at 30 years old. So that's just how it is. When you eat like shit like that, take a multivitamin, it's the only pill you take for your health supplements. Like, you just can't be doing that shit. But yeah, so I did my health phase, then 125 milligrams of testosterone for like 3 or 4 weeks as I was running my ACG and my Clomid, which is your post-cycle therapy. If you guys don't know what ACG and Clomid are, look it up. I'm not going to go over too many, you know, this ain't more plates, more dates going into chemical compounds and compositions and stuff like that. Even though I could get into a little bit of it, but that's not what my page is going to be about. So ACG and Clomid, go to text. ACG and Clomid are what you guys need to run when you're coming off your post-cycle. Some people prefer Nolvadex, but for me, Clomid does the trick. So get this bagel away real quick, get the bagel toasted up. Damn, there's mold on this one. I bought this bagel last week, bro. the fuck? Okay, this one looks alright. Look, if I die, it was from this bagel. So, throw these eggs away. Yeah, so I was running ACG, Clomid, doing my test for like 3 to 4 weeks. After I did my 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks of Clomid and ACG, I was still on my test. I stayed on my test for another month, and I should have done like a 3-month health phase where I just stay on testosterone. I'll get into why I started already on my normal cycle and I only did a 1-month health phase, which is not the best to do such a short health phase. Did my prep, I got my blood work done, I did my health phase, I made sure everything's good. But yeah, I definitely should have waited a little longer to do my cycle, but we hopped right in it. Yeah, we gotta smash this breakfast. I'm excited to eat. Get this restarted here. So, yeah, these eggs are almost done. We got the bagel in there. I think I got some little bit of cheese I'm gonna throw on to the sandwich. I had some bacon, I was gonna cook it up, but I feel like I'm already having the cheese. It's probably enough fat, and I don't need any more fat from the bacon, unfortunately. And I'll put all this in my Fitness Pal and stuff like that, but it's something I have to do. I go in my Fitness Pal and I'll just, I have this meal every day, so I'll go quick bagel, 5 eggs, slice of Tillamook cheese, whatever, stuff like that. But I definitely I don't use fat-free cheese all the time. Like, I'm in my off season right now. I'm allowing myself to have like bacon and cheese and stuff, it's not a big deal. And honestly, during my off season, I try to hit 100 grams of fat every day. So, eating that bacon and that cheese or having that extra cheat meal is honestly essential in me hitting those fat goals per day. But something that my calories are looking at right now, it's like, around 4,500 5,000 calories, 300 to 350 grams of protein, about 750 grams of carbs, and 100 grams of fat per day. And your boy is still hungry. Like, that is what shocks me. And that's why I think I just have such a fast metabolism. And sometimes when I'm eating all these clean foods, I can eat 5,000, 6,000 calories a day of rice, chicken, eggs, beef, steak, and I will still stay lean and gradually lose weight and be hungry. For me, and that's my body that I've learned, like, when I'm trying to bulk and bulk hard and see that scale go up, I gotta throw in a cheat meal once, twice a week. And most of the time that's on my back or my leg days, and I definitely, try to structure those on my back and my leg days. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but it's always a good thing. I think this thing's a little more toasted. But it's always a good thing to structure those big 2,000, 3,000 calorie cheat meals right after you smash your back or your legs. Fuel those muscles right back up, because those are your biggest muscles. And if you exhaust them enough, you can earn a cheat meal, and it's only going to help you get those gains and help you hit those milestones and push past those plateaus that you're always wanting to push past. That you can't, because you're probably not eating enough food. So sometimes for me, I just make sure I get the calories in, get that protein in by the end of the day, and we're good. Sometimes I end up steering off from the foods I'm supposed to eat, but at the end of the day, it's my off season. I want to make sure I get my calories in and get my protein in some way or somehow. Kill me for having a cheat meal. I'm gonna get to the size I need to be at. And the OGs and the one that do this shit, you think all these bodybuilders, the Olympians, you don't think they eat insane amounts of food and fuel themselves with crazy calories? No, go look at their videos. Look at Ronnie Coleman back in the day, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath. You see these guys eating in the off season. They don't eat like little pansies. And I see a lot of you guys just want to stay lean. Oh, I don't want to lose my abs. Shut the fuck up. You want to get big, you don't have to lose your abs a little bit. This isn't my favorite look, I still have abs, but this isn't, I'd rather be lean as shit and not have this little belly right here. Yeah, there's still abs under here, guys. I'm gonna let my belly out. There's still abs, but like, I'd much rather not have this chubby face right here, be 40 pounds lighter. But guess what? For me to look that way, I gotta do this and look like this and gain the weight and see that scale go up. And that's what you guys don't understand. You know, when it's time to bulk, it's time to bulk. When it's time to shred, I'll shred. And I'll do it better than any of you. I know how to get shredded to the gills. That's a God-given gift. Like, I knew how to do that before I had a bodybuilding coach. Like, for me, getting shredded, that's the easy part. I can get shredded all day. Ask me to gain weight and put on muscle, some quality size, that's what takes a long ass time, you know? And putting on quality muscle that's gonna stay, you know, you gotta get to that weight. For me, like a good staple, like when you are really bulking hard, like, you know, I bulked from 211 or 215 to 255 in 2 months. Am I gonna start my show prep right now? No. I need to get to 255, 260, 265, 270. Stay at 270 for like 2 or 3 months. Let your body stay at that weight. Get used to that weight. Put on some more size and, like, you know, sort of let your body just like sustain that size for a couple months so the muscle sticks on. If you just bulk and cut, 215, if I, you know, for instance, some of you guys, like, say you got like 150, you bulk up, or like 170, you bulk up to 190, and you, right as you hit 190, you cut back down, like, probably not gonna gain a lot of muscle. If you stay at that bulk weight, 190 for 3 or 4 months, let your body get used to the weight. Let your body be like, okay, this is my new form, this is new weight. Let it stay on you. It's gonna make a huge difference when you decide to cut down. When you cut down, you'll probably end up being 5-10 pounds bigger than you were the last time because your body held on to some quality muscle. So my hopes, I bulk up to 270, stay there for 3 or 4 months. I cut down again, I'm gonna be about 220 pounds, 225 pounds shredded, versus last time I was 215 pounds. I hope to be 10 to 15 pounds leaner at the same body fat, you know, which is absolutely gonna be freaky AF. Okay, we got cheese on the bagel. We got eggs on the bagel. We got 2 eggs on the side. I got a little bit of the hiccups here. Cheese, eggs, let's get a little bit of hot sauce. Can't forget the hot sauce. I've been using the Texas Pete hot sauce. It's the one that you get at like Chick-fil-A. It's bomb. But yeah, let's see. Let's put a little bit of hot sauce on the cheese here, on the eggs. And let's go enjoy this meal outside. I'll see you guys out there. All right, making it outside. I just smoked a little doinka, if you guys know what I mean. Use it to help me eat, I use it to help me sleep, I use it to help me have energy, like, it's for everything. But, you know, maybe some changes are coming soon in my life, who knows? Looking at like 560 calories for breakfast. But yeah, this is a staple breakfast. Some of you guys say like, oh, I can't eat breakfast, like I don't have time. What do you mean? Eggs, $2.49 at the store. Cheese, $3 or $4. Bagels, $6 for like 6 bagels or whatever. Breakfast, and that's what you guys are doing. You're complaining out here, like, you know, the food's not available to you. You're just lazy, and that's why you're staying the same size. I'm telling you guys this so you can use this information and, you know, not be lazy, because I know when I first started bodybuilding, like, simple things like knowing what meals to cook, like not having ideas of what to eat, like that held me back, and having those ideas of what to eat, or like just things that I always had set out in front of me, always helped. Oh, you see that drippage? The reason that I started my off-season cycle 2 weeks ago, just because I see a lot of changes going on in the world today, and like I love bodybuilding. It's my first passion. It's my first love. Like, it's all I want to do. I eat, breathe, and sleep bodybuilding. It's all I do is watch YouTube videos on bodybuilding. I go to the gym and then I eat. That's my life. And, you know, I love to have a legacy in bodybuilding and like leave my name behind and, you know, have it have it written in the walls. Like, that's my goal. Like, I aspire to be up there with the greats, and I feel like I could definitely do that, and I know that's not far out of my reach. Like, I manifest that every day, and I've been manifesting that my whole entire life. Let me take a bite real quick. I can't sit idly by and fully devote myself into only caring about being the best bodybuilder, going to the Olympia, focusing on myself every single day. Like, there's no other sport that is as selfish and so self-consuming, and honestly, I don't like to say it, but self-idolizing as bodybuilding. Like, obviously all these other sports, like, they might idolize themselves, like whatever, quarterback position, this and that, but bodybuilding is so idolizing in the fact that it's your own body, something you're looking at every day. You're so obsessed with yourself and how you look, and every little thing is so picky, and you get stressed out, and it's, you know, it's all about you. It's, I gotta eat my meals like when I'm training and stuff like that. And that's not a bad thing. Like, that's why it's perfect for me. It's because, like, you know, I don't see a lot of people. I can count my friends on 2 fingers. Like, that's why it's so perfect for me. I just work, sleep, and go to the gym. I cut everything out, and I don't want any toxicity in my life, and I've just been doing my own thing for so long, and that's why it's so perfect, is because I am able to self-consume in it. But also at the same time, like, what I'm getting into and why I started my cycle is because, like, I don't think this world is long for, and I think we're coming up into some crazy times in the world and just all around humanization and civilization that, like, we're not ready for, and a lot of you guys just are completely blind to it. And I think Jesus Christ is coming back. God is coming back, and it's going to be, I think, in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe sooner. But we are in the end times, and there's too many things going on that is just so obvious, and it's just like, I cannot be blind to it. And I've always known this, and we've always seen it, and I've grown up in a great Christian family, guys, and they have raised me right and told me exactly what to do my whole life and what to follow and what to believe. And I've always believed it. I just never gave time to it, or gave time to developing a relationship with God. You say you believe in Him and trust in Him, but if that's all you do, and then you just go out into the world and live your evil life every day repeatedly, it's not right, and it's not the right thing to do. I trust Him and I believe in Him, and I want to glorify Him in my actions. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop bodybuilding, stop competing, stuff like that. Obviously, I just started a cycle 2 weeks ago. But what this means is, throughout my daily actions and my thoughts and my words, I'm going to make some changes in my life and glorify God and try to spread the word. But what my point is saying, I think Jesus Christ is coming back in the next 2 to 3 years, like, dead serious. There's too many things going on with Israel, and the Euphrates River is drying up. Too many prophecies in the Bible that are coming true every single day, and earthquakes and wars and rumors of wars, and the Euphrates River drying up, and the red heifer literally getting raised right now, and the temple that's going to be built in Jerusalem. Like, Jesus Christ is coming back. Respect all religions, and, you know, I have respect for it. I'm not judging anyone. But if that's not what you believe, like, it is blindly right in front of us every single day. I'm not going to change the ways of my life, like what I'm doing bodybuilding wise, but I want to compete one more time before God comes back. And, like, what I do, and the only thing I have a passion for is bodybuilding. That's the way I'm going to spread the word, and that's the way I'm going to show how powerful He is, and that's through doing what I'm doing and putting my full efforts of what God gave me into bodybuilding, and showing you guys and telling you guys about God's word, but also, you know, telling you guys how to bodybuild along the way, stuff like that. But, you know, I just think it's very important that you guys take this seriously. If you think I'm crazy, you can unsubscribe, comment, talk crap, I don't care. If he doesn't come back, then he doesn't come back right now. Like, it's just what it is. But that's what I believe. Too many signs pointing to it. That's what I feel. That is what God is telling me. I want every one of you to question your faith. Sorry, my phone was like blacking out and I saw it dying as I was finishing my conversation, eating my breakfast a little bit earlier. But yeah, I want each and every one of you guys watching this video to question your faith, because truly, like, that's what's most important in this world. And I know we got to continue our lives and continue killing it in the gym every single day. But I just want to put more emphasis on that, because it's just what's important, and that's what I got to do. So we're about to hit some legs right now. I'm not going to talk throughout my workout. I'm going to film my look at that, all dirty camera. Clean that off. I'm going to film my top sets and then do like a voiceover and explain to you guys what I'm doing in the specifics of my routine and stuff like that. Today we're starting with some Smith machine squat. We're gonna go heavy on this. I always like to do my compound movements and like my main movements first. So I'll do like a hack squat or some type of squat. And then I'll move into more accessory stuff and stuff like that. So let's get started. All right, what's up guys? So let's get into today's leg day. I always like to start off with my big compound movements first, either if that's some type of deadlift, some type of straight leg deadlift, or like, you know, some squats or hack squat or something like that. But if I had to stick with one for the rest of my bodybuilding career to grow size and just like stimulate muscle growth, is definitely close leg squats with my feet a little bit far in front of me on the Smith machine. So we're gonna do 4 sets of that. Make sure you do like, 4 sets. Always keep my reps a little high. Make sure you do your heavy sets. And then the number one quad builder, this is honestly all you need. Like, you probably don't even have to do much squats to grow your quads. If you just had this machine, I could, or if I just had this specific leg extension machine, I could grow my quads to exactly what I need them to be over the next couple years. This is a great exercise just for isolation. Make sure you guys always like set up the leg extension so your back is a little farther back and you're able to fully put your legs, like, when you're driving at the bottom, they're able to go almost to behind your hamstring, so you can get that full stretch and that full extension. All right, what's up? So I am 2 exercises in. I did 4 sets on the Smith machine, just doing regular deep, low, and controlled, very slow squats. Went for 3 plates on that, and then now I'm finishing. I'm on my 4th set of double leg extensions, killing quads, and then I always finish off with single leg on the leg extension, just to really get some isolation quad work. So I'll show you a couple sets of that, and then we'll get into some hamstrings. And always after I do my first 3 to 4 sets on double leg extension, I switch to single leg, and I'll do like 50 to 100 pounds depending on how I'm feeling. I'll usually start with 50, end up at around 100 on my last couple sets of these. But for massive quads and like those lines all the way from your knee all the way to your hip, like C-Bum, all these people out here, the reason they have, their quads are defined all the way to the hip is because they're focusing so much on like little accessory work like this after they smash their legs and they do the big stuff. But that's the way to do it. I'm pumping a lot of blood in today's workout, so I did 5 sets of double leg, 2 sets of single leg, and then I finish off and I do a set of 30 and just get all the blood I can. And then next we're gonna go to hamstring curl. This is my favorite hamstring exercise. Nothing else I need in the world. Honestly, like, I either do this or straight leg deadlifts for hamstrings, and that's all I do. I'd prefer this. But yeah, just 4 sets of this. Start a little bit lighter with 20, 25 reps. And then as you continue your sets, put the weight higher and lower your reps. Make sure you're exhausting yourself and getting a full extension, making your legs extend all the way up and squeezing all the way on the bottom, trying to accentuate pushing your heels to your ass while you do this is essential. And then every once in a while I'll throw in, today was a hamstring focused day, hamstring and glute day. I didn't show much glute exercises, but this hamstring extension right here, definitely a little different because I don't know if you guys have seen this specific machine right here. There's a huge platform in front of me that it's like not split, but it's definitely a pretty unique hamstring machine. Just a little bit more hamstring work. Just did like 3 sets of 15 on these. But yeah, hamstrings are probably my favorite. I'd rather work hamstrings than quads, but I'm becoming to love like leg days a little bit more. Right now I'm taking a little bit of a break from training my upper body or doing like any pressing movements, just because my left shoulder I think is a little messed up. After we're gonna go into some abductors and adductors, some pretty basic-ish here. If you guys aren't doing these exercises on your leg days, you're really messing yourself up. Growing your abductors and your adductors allow your quads and your hamstrings to catch up. If you don't have big abductors and adductors, you need those to help support your big quads and your big hamstrings. Something that I do is, you don't have to go insanely heavy on these to build muscle. Like if you're doing them consistently every workout, you're fine. Put on like a medium weight, something that doesn't like hurt too bad. I know at least when you're doing this one, you can almost like tear your nuts off, which absolutely sucks. It's the worst feeling ever. Like you feel it in your belly button and then you feel like your dick's gonna come off. It's a pretty wild feeling. So find the weight that doesn't make that happen to you and then do 3 sets of 30. That's all I do. If I do these, I do abductor machine and the abductor machine, 3 sets of 30. Make sure I feel it, slow and controlled, and get a good stretch, and you have consistent growth after that. I was contemplating adding this next clip in just because it's pretty basic. If you do legs, do your calves. But something I do is I'm doing calves every motherfucking day. Every day of my life. I'm at least doing 3 sets of 30, putting in blood in there. And a lot of people always ask me, how do you get big ass calves? It's like, yeah, like exercises like this help. But if there's one thing I recommend for big calves, it's the steady state cardio and walking on an incline. That's the number one thing. And the number one thing people tell you with big calves is steady state cardio. It's not from doing exercises like this. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. More videos to come.